Hey there, welcome to Harry's Outdoor Supply. In this video, I am going to be talking about the main features of the Freedom Camper. Now, obviously, the Freedom Camper is basically a box with windows and a door, but there are some specific features that I find people ask about pretty often, so I just wanted to make a video detailing kind of the simple things that are added to this to make your life easier. Okay, so the first most obvious one is the door. Now for 2026, Freedom Campers did upgrade the door. It has way beefier hinges, a beefier frame, and I think what a lot of people like to ask is, how do you lock the door? And so there's actually two locks on these doors. There's a deadbolt and then a latch lock. I don't usually use the latch lock, but it's fully lockable from the inside. So you do have this deadbolt, and then whenever you get your camper new, there will be two keys on the inside of the door. So again, deadbolt here, and then a latch lock to keep that from opening and closing. Now continuing on the outside, you'll see this port here, and it's actually just a pass-through. So this is designed for extension cords or other cables you want to run through. Maybe you have solar and you don't want to drill into your camper. This gives you a kind of stock pass-through. This comes on every single camper just to make it easier for you to power things inside your unit. The other thing that was updated in spring of 26 was the passive air vents. So these are just like attic vents. They actually just give you enough oxygen in here. So if you have the windows closed, you get enough air because these are so sealed. If you are to stuff these closed, it actually gets pretty hard to breathe in there. So these are definitely worth having. They, are new for this year. They have a bigger flange. They go further inside the camper, so they're less likely to come out. Now moving to the inside, something that is now standard across all the units, but was not when it was Tusca, is the puzzle foam. And this is actually about 1/4 inch thick. And it just makes it way easier to get in and out of here. There's 3 pieces and segments that come apart. So if you want to clean your unit after the season, or maybe you want to drill through the floor to mount it on a trailer, you can pop this out, take this out. But then when you're crawling around in here, obviously, because you can't stand up in these, it just makes it a lot more comfortable on your knees, and super easy to remove. So that's the puzzle foam. Now for the windows, everyone knows that we have 15 by 30 inch RV sliding windows, but not many people know that the screen also slides. So you can open both of those. Let's say you have an air conditioner, one of the EcoFlows or the Bougie RVs, and you want to duct that in through the window. You can move this. Conversely, if you have a adapter for the window for a diesel heater, you could also do that. So it just gives you a little bit more options to either heat or cool your unit. Maybe if you want to put a window fan in, a box fan here, you could measure for that and stick something in there. So that slides. And lastly, on the outside of the unit, Freedom Campers now has the Advantech on the front of the camper. So used to be, this was an option you had to pay more for, but they are just putting it here standard now, which I think is great because it just gives you more mounting points. There's a lot of folks that like having some kind of a roof rack or additional things like an awning on the roof and then want to put their solar panels on the angled part. It used to have to be that you'd have to through bolt through this, and just drilling through it anytime is a little scary, especially if it's your first time. So having the Advantech strips where you can lag bolt things makes life so much easier. So those are the new features for 2026, stuff that they've been improving over time, and I'm sure Freedom Campers will continue to improve. If you are in the market for a Freedom Camper, I have all sizes in stock, so come on down to Harry's Outdoor Supply in Milford or in Claremont, New Hampshire at the Wheelhouse Bike Shop. Check out my website at harrysoutdoorsupply.com to place your order for your camper and accessories. Can't wait to see you here.